Kenya's President William Ruto, has described the current setup of the African Union as dysfunctional, adding that there's little accountability in the structures of the Union. The leader of the East African country, who is paying a state visit to Ghana, revealed yesterday that he's had close talks with Ghana's President Akufo-Addo on the need to reform the African Union and its institutions to transform the continent. As part of his activities for the day, William Ruto delivered a public lecture at the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area in Accra, where he strongly argued or urged Africans to join hands in changing the narrative of an Africa inflicted with poverty and low level of development. There's more in this report.
A rousing welcome for Kenya's President Dr. William Ruto, who's on a state visit to the Republic of Ghana. The East African leader, as part of his activities, delivered a lecture at the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area. Secretary General of the Continental Body, Wamkele Mene, in his address to the gathering, pointed out how pivotal the African Continental Free Trade Area is and plans to turn around the fortunes of the continent using the African Continental Free Trade Area.
Of course, much remains to be done to make sure that we all realize the ambitions and the goals of the AFCFTA. It presents an unprecedented opportunity for our continent to continue to break the legacy of colonialism. That effort to break the legacy of colonialism, as we all know, started in May 1963 in Addis Ababa at the formation of the Organization of African Unity. We are therefore well poised, a continent of 1.4 billion people, with a combined GDP that is projected by the year 2050 to be close to 16.2 trillion United States dollars. We're well poised to be a single market that is globally competitive, that has advanced industrial development capabilities, that has food security to feed herself by eliminating barriers to trade in intra-Africa.
Taking a stand to address the gathering, Kenya's President William Ruto called for reforms in the global financial architecture, while leaving no stone unturned in also calling for accountability and reforms within the African Union.
President Nana Akufo-Addo told us this morning some significant statistics that intra-European trade is all the way to 73-75%. Intra-African trade is down at 12, maybe 14, maybe 15%. And it speaks volumes of not where we are, but the potential that exists for us to grow our trade. It is important for us, if we have to have an African Union that works for the people of our continent, it must be accountable, and there must be a mechanism to adjudicate, a court to adjudicate on matters that affect our organization.
The African Continental Free Trade Area has been described as the last opportunity for the continent to transform and to turn around its economic fortunes. After today's lecture, there is a common resolve by all actors to trade more amongst African countries and to boost economic growth across the continent.
That is very, very key, because in all this trade, there's the need to have a stabilized financial system. And also, it was a good occasion to hear from His Excellency Mene Wamkele talk about the next phase, the next direction, and also to meet captains of industry here to listen. And I know what His Excellency Ruto said, he's going to do it.
I have also confidence in the Continental Free Trade when they assured that they are expecting about 10 billion in the Afri-Exim Bank. That is the essence. If you're able to give resources to the Afri-Exim Bank, so that they use it as an onward credit to the trading populace, then of course the attraction also comes.
Blessed Sugan reporting for Joy News, Trade House, Accra.